Seaprog makes no pretense of being representative of the genre as a whole. It is much more targeted to a specific area of progressive music. We tend more toward the more experimental end of the progressive spectrum. So we see it as a destination event because there are only a handful of events like this in the Western Hemisphere that cater to the tastes of progressive music fans. This year's Seaprog features 15 remarkable bands spanning many different variations on the progressive music genre. Most of the bands hail from the Pacific Northwest, the greater Pacific Northwest, but we've also brought in some very distinguished bands from outside the area. We're hugely excited to be presenting in their first West Coast appearance Quebec's Myriador, who have been around for 35 years, making them one of the granddaddies of this sort of music in North America, with an absolutely unique and compelling variety of electric chamber music with very dazzling interplay among the ensemble members. Representing the space rock subgenre of progressive rock, we're very excited to be presenting Midday Veil, a Seattle band that's really made a name for themselves internationally recently. For their work in that genre, they employ vintage synthesizers, and there is an aura of ritual and ceremony about their performances that is very compelling. With as many as 12 members, Seattle's Zubato Syndicate constitute a sort of progressive jazz rock big band with highly inventive arrangements that may be reminiscent of, say, Frank Zappa. Spacebag is a Seattle trio with the unusual instrumentation of guitar, keyboards, and drums who play a very intense variety of what I would call progressive metal. The Mercury Tree from Portland achieve a very rich, lush sound with just 3 members of the band through their deft use of loops and layering and multi-instrumentalism. We've been extraordinarily fortunate to have partnered with the Columbia City Theater, a small historic theater in the Columbia City neighborhood of South Seattle, which is the ideal space acoustically and physically for what we're going for here. We are talking about a venue that holds about 200 people comfortably, so it is an intimate experience for the listener, yet it's a very attractive venue that is outfitted with a superb sound system and recording facilities. The venue has a front bar where we have staged some smaller acts in between the main stage acts during the setup intervals, and so that's been a nice way to expose people to even more of the music that's being made in this part of the world. Think of it as more than just a concert, but a neighborhood experience. There are a number of really attractive restaurants, bars, and businesses that are located in close proximity to the theater and to the Royal Room, and it's very pleasant to make a day of sampling the music, sampling some good food, meeting like-minded people. The audience at the first Seaprog spanned multiple generations, which was an indication to us that there was a resurgence of interest in this type of music. We were delighted to discover some rather young bands that were plying the progressive waters. Whether you're a hardcore enthusiast of progressive music, whether you hardly know what the term means, think you might know what it means, you don't know what the current state of the art is, we invite you to come down and sample what we have on offer. I think you'll be pretty surprised and amazed at the talent of these musicians, the diversity of the offerings, and we hope to see you there.